Hey guys, before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that Hybrid Racing provided me a discount code right here, LAW. Use this code to save 5% off of your purchase and save a couple bucks or even $100 depending on how much you're spending. So a link will be down below and the code will be on the screen. Let's get into today's video. So I have the car jacked up and I just want to show you guys, just in case you guys are wondering on how to replace a camera kit or front upper controller on my T6. Same as EK Integra, like I said, all I do is pull out the cotter pin, which is right here. This is a 17. Most of the times you can actually hit this with a hammer and it'll break loose. Just have this nut kind of loose or like down here so you don't actually hit the threads. You end up reusing your upper control arm. Just hit it with the side right here with the hammer. And then there's two 17mm bolts on each end right here. And of course this 10mm and this 10mm just so you know, you don't ruin this ABS line. And one thing you need to do is of course grab a jack, support it underneath, because this thing is gonna drop once you take this out, the knuckle. I'm not too sure if I need to pull the coil out. I might be able to just wiggle the bolt out, but if I can't, then I do most likely have to pull the fork and the coil out just so I could get access to pulling the bolts out, because they're pretty long. They go all the way across. But yeah, let's get to taking this out. All right, fast forward till 10 minutes in. My upper ball joint on this car is messed up. It just keeps spinning. I don't have a vice grip, nothing here, because one is I don't have my toolbox here. So I need to run and go get a vice grip because I need to pinch that down. I already cut off the boot, pinch it down with a vice grip and then take it off. But yep, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Back from AutoZone, got a vice grip. These are expensive, especially Duralast, like 15 bucks, but clamp it down, and then after that, you can finally take out your bolt. And then take that out and the thing will come out. And of course, you only want to do this method if you're not going to reuse this ball joint. But since I have the new camera kits, doesn't matter, so chop off the boot, put the vice grip on it, pulled it out, and that's it. Got the old one out and then I'll put the new Godspeed. I did have a little bit harder of a time taking them out because the coilover was in the way. So I had to take out the lower fork bolt and then just take off the top just for the coil to move over so I could pull the bolt out. But now to put the camera kits back on, and of course we're not gonna tighten it until we put preload on the suspension. And what that means is by compressing the suspension up until it lifts off the jack a little bit and then tighten the camera kit down. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is try to line it up to like this, and then see if I could get kind of a close reading on the camber. I went ahead and put them kind of like in the center because I will have to get this adjusted when I get in alignment, but just so they can match, and it has definitely a little bit more camber than this. So I might have to pull out a little bit because I do have to lower the car, and at lowering the car will add a bit more camber, but this will have to do. And let's just put it all back in real quick. Now that everything's in, what you want to do is jack up underneath like the lower control arm or something, and then make sure that you jack it up until it's lifted off the jack a bit. And now you can actually tighten those two bolts, whatever bolts you took out, and of course the lower control arm for the fork, because this is what kind of makes your bushings last longer. If you don't do this, let's just say you tighten with the suspension all drooped down, when you tighten everything and then you drop it down on the ground, all that weight will go on the bushings, so it'll like scrunch up the bushings, or I don't know how to explain it. Oops, I don't know how to explain it, but you want to make sure that you jack up the car. So when you drop your car on the ground, that's where like your suspension's all set up for, on the ground, not in the air. Now do the other side, and then drop the car down, and then we'll mess with the ride height, and then we'll do the rears after. Both sides are on. Like I said, the camber is just a feeler, but both sides are on. This one was a lot easier because this ball joint wasn't messed up and it wasn't like spinning around, so that literally took me like probably like 10 minutes. What I'm gonna do is put the wheels on, drop the car, jump on the car a little bit, see where it sits. And if it's too high, then I want to lower it a tad bit. And hopefully the camber is actually pretty on point. And then we might just lower the rears because I think the rears would just camber in naturally, fit. I think it might, of course, yeah, it's gonna rub right here. I'm gonna bump up the stiffness a bit because I don't have an angle grinder, so I can't really shave that down. But I'm gonna throw the fronts on and see how the fronts sit. I definitely need to lower it. The rears, of course. The fronts, I need to lower it a little bit. I want to lower it to this line, but also I think there is too much camber, so I definitely will need to pull some out. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull some camber out, lower the car probably, I think, let's see, probably like half an inch. I don't know where my tape measure is, but I think half an inch should be good, most likely. This fender is buckled, so that does kind of suck. So that's like an inch just towards this line. And of course, lowering the car will add a little bit more camber, so I definitely should pull some more camber out. Dude, what is up with this camera, bro? Yeah, pretty much an inch. Okay, so time to pull some camber out. And also, I didn't tie in the camera kits yet because I wanted to see where it's at. Pull some camera out, lower it more, and it should look golden. All right, so I have to use these little ramps that I got for like 30 bucks on Amazon. Didn't need no race ramps, they all work the same. But this is how it sits. I kind of want to go a little bit lower, but I need to lower the rear first because the rear might actually cause the front to go a little bit lower. But for the most part, pretty good. Fitment's really tight. It should be good on the 255s. All right, now to do the rears. Hopefully the rears don't rub. I'm gonna go for a drive after this. But the fronts, I feel like might rub, but I think we should be okay for the most part. And plus, what can happen worse, right? My fender's already buckled, but I need a new fender also. I think getting a new fender, it will sit a lot more closer because this fender is a little bit pulled out because of me buckling the fender, but it is what it is. Pretty much done. The fronts, I think, is actually pretty perfect. I'll drive the car and see where it sits. The rears, I need to go lower, but the thing is, on the BCs, this is maxed out. So either get shorter springs or I adjust the bottom. Because for some reason on TSX is on BCs, so you can adjust it from the shock itself or the top, and then the bottom where it mounts onto the arm or the trailing arm, it has like a big ass bolt, and I don't have an adjustable wrench to loosen it and then see if it goes any lower. But I'm gonna go pick up a wrench tomorrow, and a adjustable wrench, and see if that can actually lower the car more, because I need it to match the front. But front looks pretty damn good. Wow, okay. C's are sold, but I'm gonna go take a shower, go wash the car. It's like 9 right now, and then yeah, I'll probably go get some food. But this is it for this video. Stay tuned for, I definitely will have like a walkout video and probably want to do the rears and stuff, but this is it for today. Super hot, super tired, and peace out guys. All the others, just keep building.